Hi folks, Kieran here again. Hope you're all good. This is a response video to two of Orygyn's recent videos. One of the videos was called Hypotheticals, Rewiring Out Recidivism. Incidentally, I'd never heard the word recidivism before. Thanks for educating me about the existence of that word, Orygyn. And the second video is called Hypotheticals, Vice Elimination / Virtue Injection. Okay, there should be the relevant links for you if you want to check those videos out. Hi Orygyn, I hope you're good. Yeah, I thought I'd do some video responses to some of your recent videos. It's a bit slow catching up with your channel, you're returning to video making. Great to see you back making videos. I love your new style. Last couple of years I've mainly done sort of off-the-cuff videos of my own ideas that are not really sort of response videos to other people. So it'd be nice if you don't mind. I'll do some probably more than one response video to your stuff, because I find all your stuff pretty thought-provoking. Okay, so in your first video you were talking about if in the future we had the technology to rewire someone's brain to like take out sort of anger or take out to sort of rejig their personality kind of permanently, should we do it to criminals kind of thing, and should that be kind of instead of jail? Now that was the gist of the first video, rewiring out recidivism. Second video is a related point where you were talking about if you asked the viewer were able to rewire your own brain. Pardon me. What would you take out of your current personality? What would you remove, if anything, and what would you add, if anything? I'll come to that at the end. Okay, so on this crime and punishment, or this punishment sort of issue, you asked a lot of specific questions. I will try and answer them all here. But a bit of background to my thoughts on punishment in general. Basically, a bit of background on my political ideas. I've got my own political scheme, which your viewers will know about, called equal satisfaction, where everybody in society is forced to have their satisfaction equalized, so everybody is an equal, as they want, satisfied to an equal degree. That doesn't involve rewiring people's brains. That just involves distributing wealth and tasks and things in a certain way. Then I'll put a link below to that as well. And well, part of that system is that if you commit a crime, whatever you do, you still are entitled to this equality of satisfaction. So your life, you can't really stick someone in jail, or you can't really punish someone, because that would be that's deliberately a horrible thing to do to them, or in practice it is horrible, even if it's not trying to be horrible. But obviously there are some very dangerous people, so we would have to secure people in secure places, or have people who are being constantly monitored, or constantly escorted by sort of security people or something. We'd have to do some of these things, but the person would not overall have a less satisfying time of it while they were having these restrictions put on them. So I guess if they are in a secure kind of prison, it will be very luxurious, more luxurious than an average home, to make up for their lack of being able to leave the place. That's my idea of what I would do, and that doesn't require any new technology. So I tentatively would sort of say that's going to work pretty well. Some people will still commit crimes, but overall, I think that punishment is this extra pain we're inflicting on people, and I guess it causes a kind of widespread fear of being thrown in jail. And I think it'd be a better society if nobody was facing real punishment. And I suppose there's lots of other advantages. So one is that you can convict people based on balance of evidence rather than beyond reasonable doubt. So because if you're not inflicting a terrible harm on someone, then I think it's not so bad. So to find them guilty if you're not quite sure, as long as you're more than 50%. Also, in my society, there'd be much more reason to admit you've done crimes, because there wouldn't be this big disaster for you to commit crimes, so people might be more open about the crimes, things they have done wrong. Right, so if we had this technology to change people's brains, I think it is a big imposition on the individual if they've, even if they've done a terrible crime, and you can obviously trace it to, say, a propensity to anger in their brain. I still think that they should have the choice of either being contained kind of by being a secure place or monitored or whatever, but they should have the option of having this brain rewiring. So I think it should always be optional. I don't think you should be doing that against someone's wishes, because we don't have to. We can do it another way. I predict people would want to remove, if they have a propensity to violence, I predict they mostly would want to remove it. Anyway, so that would be pretty good. Okay, so your question: should the person be released? Yeah, I mean the person. It just needs to be found to be harmless, kind of thing. In my system, I don't know if I mentioned this. Yeah, basically we kind of do the minimum to stop them doing the crime again. So if someone does a driving offence, we don't put them in jail. Or if they do white collar crime, we don't put them in jail. We just stop them from doing the crime again. Basically, take that kind of approach. So no particular reason why they can't be released if we've just kind of made them harmless. How would the public react? I guess some people wouldn't be happy with it, but I feel that people get used to being in this non-punishment society, I think they would get used to it. Like, most people don't really mind that people aren't being executed. I think people are pretty okay with the non-execution of people. Some people are annoyed about it, but I think the majority are okay with that. I would obviously be fine with it. A victim's family, I guess, would be more likely to want revenge, whatever. But we shouldn't always do. I don't think we should necessarily do what they want. We should do what's best for people in general. I think. If I were the victim's family, I might be really angry about it. I want to kill them myself. I don't know. I haven't been in that situation. Would it be abused aside from an obvious dictatorship? Would the secret services be doing this to kind of dissenting people? Who knows? I wouldn't rule it out. I think not, because they're not doing all the bad things they could do. But with this, who knows? They could tamper with people's memories. They might be able to cover their tracks. If they could do it without people knowing they're doing it, they might well do it. But could they cover their tracks? I mean, would they leave some sort of trace? Would people kind of feel that this thing had happened to them? Would they be able to be sure they wiped the person's memory as well as making this change? I don't know. I think it's more likely they wouldn't do it than would do it, but who knows? And should there be a punishment as well? Is your last question. For me, no. I've kind of answered that. I don't think there should be a punishment element. Okay, last. Try to do this quickly because I've been rambling for nearly 10 minutes now. But your other video, you asked, if we had this technology, would I like to remove something from my personality and gain something? Yeah, I think it would. Some would say I'm a bit of a lazy person. I've kind of avoided work in my life quite a lot. I find it hard to get enthusiastic about making a big effort, even in things I quite want to do. So I've been pretty slow to put the work in some areas. So if I have a vice, it's probably that. So I'll probably get rid of that vice. As for adding a new thing, a kind of related thing, I think I probably would make it so I enjoy a wider range of things. I'm kind of very selective in what I enjoy. I think most things that people do, I find I don't enjoy that much. I'm kind of rigidly into just a few sort of hobbies and things, and this has made it harder to enjoy work and other things that I kind of have to do. So enjoying life a bit more, enjoying the things that I have to do or would benefit from doing would be a good thing to add. A last brief point, this sketchy white dude did a response to your video as well. He said that, made quite a good point about what if you kind of make yourself more narrow-minded or something a bit like that. If you change yourself so you lose this option forever that you might have taken later. I think changing your brain you don't have to do that. We can be vigilant about that, and you can use this technology to make yourself more open-minded, or I don't know, more conscious have a better memory and more conscious of not losing. I mean, we could lose less information through this rather than close down our options. So those are my thoughts on that point. Okay, Orygyn, thanks for doing all your cool videos, and I'll catch you all soon. All the best.